What's up, everybody? This is Supreme King here, back again with another video. This time is going to be a little bit different today. I watched the Netflix show Resident Evil, just the first episode, and I want to give you my impressions of it. And it was a little rough around the edges. It was kind of funny, but it was funny in a good way because yes, it was bad. Yes, the show is kind of bad so far. It's only one episode that I saw. I know they released the whole thing. You can watch the whole thing, but I'm gonna watch the rest of it later. But starting off, the first episode was funny to me. It was funny because the CGI was kind of bad. They had this giant monster worm thing. And it looked funny. It just looked funny. Resident Evil fans, we already know that it's not going to be the same as any of the games you played. You already knew this going into it. You knew this from seeing the trailers. It's fine. It's fine. We kind of have to accept that we're not going to get a one-to-one on anything from Resident Evil coming from the game to a movie or a TV show. Now, that movie that came out, I will say the movie that came out back around New Year's time, I guess, like that movie was worse than this episode, in my opinion. At least here they attempted to do something a little bit different, and it was like not disrespecting the core characters that much. I mean, yeah, you got a Black Wesker, but I actually think Wesker is like the best part of this entire series. Like, his acting is so much more superior compared to everybody else here. And unfortunately, that includes the actress from Forspoken, I believe. Like, that's the same actress from Forspoken. We already know him, you know, like, I like him in John Wick. The John Wick films are awesome, right? But his acting is so much better than everybody else. And it's fine because this is a Netflix thing. Netflix goes and gets a bunch of people that you never seen before. You barely know who they are. And they just starting off and they just trying to get their feet wet a little bit. And it's more about the production than it is the acting. The production is supposed to make up for it, right? The problem with that, though, is the CGI was terrible. Like, the CGI is hilarious. It's hilariously bad, especially when you see, like, there's some zombies where I guess they were supposed to be, like, caught on fire. It was just terrible. It was just terrible. But I will say I am going to continue to watch the show. I don't think it's so bad that it is, like, the worst thing ever. You know, it's bad in a funny way to me. I just sort of watched it, but they obviously went with more of a spin-off to like what the movies was doing, and they're not doing horror. You know, it's you're not going to see horror in the Resident Evils outside of the games, unfortunately. Even with the games, you see a little bit more action nowadays anyway, but they're not going to do it, and I already know they're not going to do it, and it's fine. But there's just so many funny moments in here. Like, y'all remember if anybody who's seen it, there was this guy who's supposed to be like the bad guy who's coming to pick up old girl. I can't even think of her. I think her name was like Jane in there. I don't know. I forgot. The Forspoken actress. Like, they were coming to get her. And the dude, like, he shoots somebody, but before he shoots somebody, like, he trips down the stairs. He like trips down the stairs, and I don't even know if it was intentional or they just thought, let's just leave it in there. They didn't want to retake it, but it was just like he basically kept going and they just did not retake it. And I don't know if that was what they wanted. It looked like it was something that they just improvised, like whatever. He tripped down the stairs, and I don't know. He trips down the stairs, and I'm just like, all right, you know what? You know, we just watching and just having fun with it. I'm not gonna take it serious. Come on, y'all know y'all can't take this serious. Don't get mad at them for not giving you Resident Evil. You're gonna have like. The Resident Evil shines in the games. We already know it shines in the games, and it's not like you're getting a shortage of Resident Evil games now. They're pumping them out almost every year, right? You getting them. So you don't have to worry about anything. Resident Evil 4 remake is on its way. I believe there was one that was supposed to be on Nintendo first and then also on all the other platforms, you know, centered around Rebecca. Y'all remember Rebecca, right? If you really play Resident Evil. So you're not getting no shortage of Resident Evil games. It's just understand the TV shows and the movies about to be trash. It's about to be funny though. Wesker is awesome. I was a little skeptical about that. I'm like, Wesker's supposed to be white, right? And he's supposed to be kind of like Neo or whatever, you know? But even though that's like later down the line for him, it's just like Wesker, like them hiring a black Wesker was cool. This dude shined in that principal office, you know, wherever they was over the daughters and the dispute and everything, where he's just sitting up in there and was like, they can't replace me, but they can replace you. Just trash talking. He was just classy with it, like boss status with it. I was like, yo, I'm feeling this. This was like the best parts of the film. Other than that, I can't give him the I can't give him the zombies, man. That joke was dumb. It was an interesting element to see that they're more attracted to blood and everything and not necessarily just humans nearby. They gotta smell you first, I guess. So it was cool. It was cool. Try not to spoil too much. It's just looking at it, it seemed like it's somewhat low budget in a way. It's like low budget and then it's not. It's really relying on the name from what I could see just from the first episode. But I thought it was fun. I thought it was funny. I do still want to keep watching. Basically, I don't want to stop. I think it's good enough for what it is. I just got to tell myself it's not Resident Evil, and then I'm fine. I'm fine. You know, the movies, I actually got into the movies real early on before I got into the actual games. And I didn't understand at first what everybody was talking about. Once I got into the games, and it was like, okay, I understand. But the movies was cool for what they are. They're cool. But yes, it's not core Resident Evil, but we're not having a shortage of any Resident Evil games. I think we'll be okay, you know? So that's all I got for this video. Watch the show and just enjoy it for what it is. Don't take it too serious. It is what it is. Wesker's still good. Everybody else, not so much. It's okay though. That's all I got for this video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I will catch you on the next one. Rocket Launcher Podcast every Sunday. There should be an episode that's already released. Go check that out, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.